had a great conversation. The conversation I had was largely congratulatory, was largely corruption, all of the corruption taking place, was largely the fact that we don't want our people, like Vice President Biden and his son, creating to the corruption already in the Ukraine. And Ukraine's got a lot of problems. The new president is saying that he's going to be able to rid the country of corruption. And I said that would be a great thing. We had a great conversation. We had a conversation on many things. In fact, I believe Ukraine put out a statement yesterday saying that we covered many different topics. It was a warm and friendly conversation. I backed Ukraine from the beginning, but I'm very upset that other countries aren't doing the same. Germany should be spending much more. France, all of the European Union should be spending money. Why are we spending money and they're not? Or at least they're spending very little by comparison. So I'm not happy about that. Oh, I would have no problem with Rudy's a very straight shooter, and Rudy wants to see the same thing as a lot of other people with respect to Ukraine. Ukraine has had a tremendous corruption problem. Somehow they were involved in a lot of different things that took place in our country, and hopefully it can be straightened out. And I will say, the new president, we had a very good talk. The new president got elected based on the fact that he would end corruption. That was probably his number one thing. Well, this whistleblower, or whoever it was, because it sounds like it's not a whistleblower, you can't have that happen to a president of the United States. The conversation, by the way, was absolutely perfect. It was a beautiful, warm, nice conversation. And it was put out last night also by Ukraine. But you can't have people doing this. And you can't have people doing false alarms like this. And you know, when the president speaks to the head of another country, he has to be able to speak to those people. And those people don't want to know that they're being recorded or that you have a stenographer working. You don't want to have to hear that. You can't do that to a president, and you can't do that to other countries. But with all of that being said, we had a very great conversation, very straight, very honest conversation. I hope they can put it out. Well, I don't say anything, but whenever I speak to a foreign leader, I assume there are many people on the line. I don't assume I'm talking to the leader. Anytime I'm on the phone with a foreign leader, many people are on the line. Sometimes they're taping calls, sometimes they're doing a stenographer, but I also assume many people are on the line from the other side. So if I'm speaking to a country, they also have people on the line. So who would say a thing like what you're saying? Now, I will say this. I said absolutely nothing wrong. It was perfect. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I assume many people are on the line. I know that before I make the call, and that's why you have intelligence agencies, everybody listening. That call was a great call. It was a perfect call. A perfect call. What wasn't perfect is the horrible thing that Joe Biden said. And now he made a lie what he said he never spoke to his son. I mean, give me a break. He's already said he spoke to his son. And now he said yesterday very firmly, who wouldn't speak to your son? Of course you spoke to your son. So he made the mistake of saying he never spoke to his son. He spoke to his son. But more importantly, what he said about the billions of dollars that he wouldn't give them unless they fired the prosecutor. And then he bragged about how they fired the prosecutor, and then they got the money.
Hurrah for the flag!